It's a couple days till the patron ride, and I want to take the unicorn. But I got some work to do first. So the first thing I need to do on the unicorn here is replace the seat cover because I don't care for the duct tape. Second thing, I'm going to dig into that primary and fix this low engagement issue. It's too low. It's way too low. And this thing idles a little high, at least when it's cold. So I'll be fiddling with that a little bit too. Beyond that, I think I'm going to install a plug for my heated visor on my helmet. That's about it. If I can dig up a set, I know somewhere I have a set of those cable type ice scratchers with the carbide tips. I'd like to put those on. I don't know. I'm taking this sled because it's been warm here. It's been rained on. And, the trails still have snow in them and the ditches have snow in them. It's rock hard. There's icy spots. This thing's got studs. It's one of my few. We're not going to use the no stud trail for the patron ride. So here we go. So enough talking. Let's get after it. All right, I got the seat loose. Probably going to hold off on that until tomorrow night. I'm getting the primary off right now. So if you've never worked on one of these XCRs, first off, they use a 14 millimeter bolt. That's a 14 millimeter thread, not a 9/16. And it's this goofy shoulder bolt thing. With a top hat and a washer and all that. And you need a 21 millimeter socket to get it off. And there is no sleeve in there like there is on an XLT or some other engines. That means you need a special puller that looks a lot like this. And before you start asking me, hey John, where do I get that puller? Hey John, where do I get that puller? I got it out of a catalog. You can go look in catalogs. Thanks. All right, now let's just blast this off. Oh boy, I think I'm happy I blasted that off. I'll show you why. This was a brilliant move. I'm glad I didn't just blindly trust that clutch. And the reason why is this bushing is coming out. Look at that. The outer cover bushing came off. I know the bolt would have held it in, but this thing needs some work. You know, you can replace these, but I don't have time. I'm not going to rebuild it, so I'll throw a different clutch on. All right, getting this clutching situation handled. As you can see, this is a way better primary. And had to realign because of the new clutch, but we got it aligned. Put a little float in. I always like to do a little float. And looks nice and square and true. So we'll go with that. So the clutch I took out had 1060 weights in it. I used them again. This sled calls for 1058s, but a couple grams heavier isn't going to kill it. And people say to go a couple grams heavier on these in the 800s. So I did. The spring that came out was a little bit of a mystery. It was yellow. I don't know whose yellow spring it was. There's lots of yellow springs in the world. I don't have any way of measuring it other than height and wire diameter. And the height was virtually identical to the 165-310 Polaris spring I put in. The wire diameter was a little bigger, but it felt softer. And that is actually entirely possible because cheaper springs are made of spring wire, whereas a more expensive spring will be made out of chrome silicon wire, and it'll actually have a higher rate for the same wire diameter. So, that said, hopefully this thing engages higher. Hopefully my clutching woes are over. And, yep, that feels right. We know I already fixed the deflection in the last video. So, I'll get the grease off my hands, and we'll put the belt back on. All right, for the seat here, we got a Todd Klein seat cover. And the story is the guy I bought the unicorn from, he had already ordered this from Todd before he decided to sell it. So I bought it. So here we go. Let's start with the preliminary fit up. let's see how it looks. Oh boy. All right, I can tell you already, this fits better than the cheaper eBay seat covers I've been using. This actually looks pretty darn good. So, all right. Nice work, Todd. So, let's get this old cover off, get after it. Oh, should remind you that before I started on this, before I even pulled it off the sled, I drained the fuel tank and I emptied the trunk. So now we just got to take off the taillight lenses and unstaple this. Hopefully there's no foam repairs. We'll find out. All right, so we get the taillights off, which you can't see because they're at the other end. And got to get the wire off here, which is pretty easy. The cable, you might want to call it. You do have to grab this with the vice grip. And there we go. So of course you're going to have to reuse this cable piece on the other seat cover. But note, so this ball end goes under the tube and goes straight across down through there. It's pretty self-explanatory, but just pay attention while you're taking your cover off. And there we go. And I like to put the hardware back on at least a couple turns. That way I know where it is. All right, the boys tore into it for a quick second while I got distracted. But they're getting all the staples out. And it started peeing out the vent hole. Even though I drained it down as much as I could. So we got it going into a funnel, into a can. And I don't know. That's step one, is for sure unstaple.
Yo.
All right, Lonnie has been going crazy pulling staples, and he's like a machine. I think he got it done in half the time I would have. So, and we got a drill. Okay,
you do that.
We're almost done. We're almost done. We got these little latches back here. I got to drill them. So we'll be right back.
I wasn't supposed to say that.
All right, so we're past that step. We got it flipped up to here. Now there's this strap you got to feed through right here. And then this garbage bag looking thing here is actually a really good idea. What this does is it makes the seat cover kind of slip around when you're trying to tug it into place. In fact, you can use a brand new garbage bag if you want. Coming off this way. There we go.
Do I have one left in there?
Oh, Lon, I think you missed one.
Dang it.
Oh, no. You only got one left out of 200. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you always miss one.
Good help is hard to find.
Yeah, I'd say so. All right, so there's the old cover, and amazingly, even though it was cracked, you can see it didn't, like, really go through, or did it? Oh, wait, it did. This is duct tape right here. Whoops. That's a big hole. Oh, well. All right, I've shown you foam repair in some past seat videos, but I'm not showing you tonight. This is passable. I don't believe that crack's going to show through. I might spray it with a little Super 77 and kind of glue it shut, but that's nothing to show on camera. Otherwise, that's a decent foam there. All right, so we got the cable on, and it was super easy. This seat cover, this material is really nice. You'll notice it's kind of stretched forward right now, but when we put the rest of it on, well, this will get pulled to the back once we start stapling. We're almost there, and these wrinkles are nothing. They're just from storage, and pretty much you could just ignore them, and they'll go away. Or ride the sled, and they'll go away, or park it in the sun, and they'll go away. They're no big deal. All right, back to it. Lonnie wants to staple.
No, I don't. Yes, I do.
What's that wrinkle? Dennis says, what's this wrinkle? Yeah. All right, so we started at the front, and we've been pulling it down and back. And, yeah, I mean, that's not perfectly centered, but the rubber will hide it. They never are. At least you didn't have to cut your own like the cheap eBay covers. This is actually really nice cover in this respect.
Another piece on there, isn't there?
What are you
Is there
saying?
supposed to be another piece that goes over that?
The rubber. We showed
Yeah.
them already. You weren't here yet.
Okay.
Here, where is it at?
The rubber is not good?
No, we just don't have it on.
Oh, okay. There you go.
We just didn't put it on yet. We could put it on,
All right,
Dennis.
get caught up here.
All right, we're getting Dennis caught up. But
There you go.
there you go. So the rubber hides all that, and yeah, there's still a little gas. I mean, there's going to be a little gas unless you let your tank dry forever in a day. But look at how smooth it is. So now we're only stapled to right here. So now when we start to pull at the back, you can see we're going to work all these out, and it's going to be real nice. In fact, we had this wrapped around, and I just pulled it up to show you that we weren't stapled back there. So we're going to take a little break, maybe clean some carbs, then we'll come back and staple some more. All right, there we go. I think this seat cover is beautiful. And, oh, he's only showing us the good side. No, there's no bad side on this. So Todd, excellent job on getting these seat covers done. Boy, that is premium. So we do have some Wedge Life decals that need to go on. They're not going to make it in time for the patron ride. So we're going like this. But all I got to do is get this thing back on the Unicorn. I think I can ride it. Awesome. Thanks for all the help, guys. Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Brad. So it's a lot easier to put seat cover on if you got 5 people, but you can do it yourself if you need to. All right, we're still going on the Unicorn, still the Unicorn video, but we're taking a pause. The Gremlin. You guys remember Dennis's Gremlin, one of the first project sleds on the channel? Well, it's got a problem. So the clutch, the basically brand new primary is sticking on it sometimes, and we think we know why. A couple years ago, Dennis didn't just blow a belt, he shredded a belt. And we're sure there's still some debris caught in a bushing or something. It's really intermittent, but we're going to pull the thing apart, check it out, and put it back together. We're not going to take the spider off, though. I'm drawing the line there.
Just a quick clean.
Yeah. We'll just take the cover off, pull the spring out, make sure everything moves free, hose her down with brake cleaner. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. Dennis needs the practice. I pull belts off all the time. Oh, does he? He looks like a pro. Well, you had it going the right way.
Yeah.
There you go. It only moves one way.
She's sticky.
All right, now pull up on the belt and split it open.
No. I heard that, Lonnie.
Remember how clean this thing was after we finished it?
Hey, now.
She's getting to be kind of a greasy triple there, details. Yeah, that's kind of questionable way to get your belt off, but if it works.
It'll work.
Just don't get your finger in there.
There you go.
You got to be proud of a greasy triple. That's why they're called greasy triples.
It's nice for them to be clean occasionally.
Yeah, well, it's been 2 years since she ran.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get that primary off right now. Here's a remnant of that belt that blew.
Oh, come on now.
That is.
I know.
That is. You're lucky it didn't take out your PTO seal, Dennis.
Yeah, I was hooked to it.
All right, we're gonna work on the clutch now. I don't get it. I mean, it's a little sticky. There might be something in the bushing, but whatever it is, it's deep in there.
Yeah.
We're just gonna hose it with brake cleaner and see if it feels any better after we do that.
All right.
We busted the spider off.
Yeah, it was loud.
It's always kind of a weird victory to get the spider busted off. That bushing's still tight. Look at, there's stuff. We got to do some cleaning. I could feel there's like crap in here. Maybe it's rust. This is like a steel retaining ring right here that might, no, that's recessed.
Is that a bushing though?
It's recessed behind. Yeah, and that's a bushing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're just going to clean stuff until it's loose. And look at all this dirt that's in there. I mean, some of it's obviously Loctite, but some of it shook out of somewhere. Clean, clean, clean.
Yep.
We're going to clean.
Which is what details Dennis loves to do.
What's survey say?
Loose as a goose. Somebody will probably tell us it's too loose.
Well,
But it's good. We blew the spider off. We cleaned out the debris. Polished things a little bit with a little bit of Scotch-Brite on the hardened shaft just to get it super clean.
now
Good to go.
stick. Yes.
She won't stick until she sticks again.
Nice. I'll try not to blow a belt.
All right, clutches together, clutch alignments verified, belt deflection looks good. And Dennis is going to ride it out of here.
Yeah.
Backwards.
Backwards. Into the woods.
I feel pretty good about the work I did on the Unicorn. A little bit of last minute stuff to get it ready for the patron ride. And the patron ride's actually over. I rode it yesterday. It was fantastic. It makes a ton of power. Everything's real good on it. The only issue is that it got really poor fuel mileage. I mean, I barely made the ride. I should have made it with a half a tank. There might have been a lot of this though. And, you know, there wasn't much snow, so I was constantly blipping the throttle, trying to throw snow up. You know, these things have the cooler back here under the trunk. So I was always trying to throw snow up into that, which seemed successful. I mean, it never overheated. And we did, unfortunately, have one fellow that did overheat on the ride. Enough on the ride. You'll see that video pretty quick. But things left to do on this. Let's see. So the brakes have been gone through. The clutching's been fixed. I'm super happy with that. The motor runs great. Really, there's one annoyance. The left ski loop is loose. It makes a rattling sound that I can hear when I'm going slow down the trail. So I guess I got to tighten up a couple bolts or maybe change my skis. I don't know. It's a nothing. Other than that, it's really good. I like it. I'm happy I got it. It was a fair amount of work, but all good now. So anyways, oh yeah, one last thing. I wanted to do this, usually we do a whole teardown and rebuild of every sled. I wanted to do one more like what I think you guys would do when you buy a used sled, especially mid-season. I realize not everybody rips them down and does crank seals and goes through the carbs and replaces chain case and jack shaft and drive shaft bearings. So I didn't do it this time. Maybe it's a little bit of an experiment, maybe it's a little bit of an expediency, but I rolled the dice. Looks like I won there. So if you like the channel, please go watch some more videos. We got lots of videos on Polaris triples out there. Other older sleds like my cross-country Indy. We did an Indy Trail. We just did that Skidoo Nordic charity sled. We will have a little bit more Skidoo content coming up, I think. I'm going to try to help Greg. He wants to get his Elan Blizzard ready for that, for the Wild Bill 20. And maybe we'll have something on his Blizzard 5500, have an update there too, because I think he figured out what was wrong with that. I'll have to ask him. All right, so anyways, mostly Polaris channel though. So anyways, I want to thank you for watching. Hit subscribe. Subscriptions on YouTube are free. You can subscribe from your television. You can subscribe from your phone or your laptop or your computer, whatever you're watching it on, there's a way to subscribe. If it says you got to make an account, well, just make the account. It's free. Or open up your phone, open up the YouTube app and subscribe there. Whatever. YouTube subscriptions are free. Please do that. Please go back and watch all of our older videos. And I want to say huge thanks to the patrons. It was great meeting a bunch of them yesterday on the patron ride. For those that don't know, I run my channel membership offsite on Patreon like a lot of other YouTubers do. And, you give a small donation each month, $5 or $10. And in return, you get to watch all the videos early and ad-free on Patreon. You get your name up on the screen, as you can see, and there's like 4 screens worth, and it's still growing. And you get patron-only videos, you get the updates, you get to know about, secret patron stuff, like the patron ride. Obviously, we didn't put that out there for the world. That was a special reward for my paying members of my channel. If you're a free patron, and you're wondering why you didn't get any of that, well, I did say the word free. You should probably convert to, like the Beer and Spark Plugs Fund, if that interests you. All right, huge thanks to everybody that sent us a super thanks. And a lot of those guys are actually patrons too. A lot of repeat names there. Really appreciate all of you. And a huge thanks to anybody that's sent us a PayPal donation or sent us anything to the P.O. box. So with that said, I think next place I'll see you is at the Midwest Ride-In.